Hi, my name is Sarah, and my channel is knottygnome Crafts. It's Vlogtober, and I'm trying to bring you a new video every day in the month of October. Today's video is going to be about my top 10 fall essentials and the patterns that I would use to create these essentials. Before we get started, I am wearing the Sew House 7 toaster sweater. This is the toaster sweater 2. I made it out of a sweatshirt fleece that I got from Emma One Sock, and this is one of my favorite sweatshirts. I definitely want to make another one of these this year. So before we get started, my fall essentials may not be your fall essentials, but I just wanted to pull out 10 examples of garments that I would definitely be wearing in the fall and winter time. And then I have chosen 2 patterns. One is going to be an example of that type of garment that I have actually sewn, and I'll share with a little bit about my experience of sewing it, and I will try my best to put up pictures of the garments and me wearing them. I think I should have most of them. There might be a few that I don't have anymore. And then I'm also going to be sharing an alternative pattern that I have not made myself, but I would like to. And so I will invite you guys to go to the comments section if you have experience with any of these patterns that I am suggesting, but I haven't sewn yet, and let me know what your experience is with the pattern. I would love to hear about it. So let's just go ahead and get started. For my number 1 fall essential, I am including a sweatshirt or a hoodie. Fall and winter time, staying warm and cozy, being comfortable at home. There's so many sweatshirt or hoodie patterns that I have and have made and could recommend. But for this particular video, I'm actually going to recommend Simplicity 8529. It's the Sew House 7 toaster sweater, but it's the Simplicity version, which has a dropped shoulder. Her original toaster sweater, this one has a raglan, the other one has a set-in sleeve, and the Simplicity version has a drop shoulder, so I would say it's probably the easiest one to put together. And I like that pattern. I've made it 3 times. Unfortunately, I don't think I have any of them in my wardrobe anymore, but I like that pattern because it's very, very simple to put together, and it is just your classic crew neck sweatshirt. So it has a drop shoulder, it's a boxy fit, has a crew neck. I think the times that I made it, I cropped it a little bit, and to me it's just like the perfect basic sweatshirt pattern. So I really recommend that one. That one is a tried and true for me. The second alternative pattern that I will recommend, I'm actually going to be making it this month, but I have not made it yet, and it is the Chalk and Notch Page hoodie. I chose this particular pattern because to me the cropped styling is a little bit more modern for today, and I'm looking forward to making that up, but as of right now I haven't sewn it yet. And there's several different views with that one. I think that you can have a drawstring at the waist, or you can have ribbing. So I'm just looking forward to making up that one. Number 2 on the list of my fall essentials is a long sleeve boxy tee. I love wearing these in the fall and winter. I like that you can layer with them pretty easily for extra warmth. The pattern that I have made and have experience with is the free pattern. It's Tesuti's Mandy Boat tee, and I've only made it once, but I made it out of this bamboo jersey that I got from fabric.com, and I absolutely love this t-shirt. It's one of my favorites. And the alternative pattern that I have not yet made is the Itch to Stitch Uvita top. I believe it is also a free pattern. It's a similar style. I think it has a drop shoulder, and then the neckline might be slightly different than the Mandy Boat tee. But yeah, I think that one looks like a good one, and it's also free. Number 3 on my list is an oversized button-up shirt. That silhouette has been very popular in the past few years. And when I say oversized shirt, I mean like relaxed fit, but I'm not talking about like the super mega loose ones that you could almost wear as a dress. That's not really my style. I feel like I'd be drowning in that. There are definitely patterns out there for that type of shirt if that's your thing. But I'm thinking of a shirt that's just a little bit more, like it looks maybe a size bigger than you would normally wear, and it's a little bit more comfortable to move around in. So the shirt that I have made is New Look 6561. Now I no longer have this in my wardrobe because I made it out of a cotton flannel, and it was very, very thick and warm. And the problem with that shirt is that because of the stiffness of the fabric, it really stood out from my body and just made me look bulkier, and I didn't really like that. I also, like the New Look pattern, the view that I chose has little tie sleeves, like 3/4 length sleeves that you tie, and it was super cute and looked adorable, but those little tie sleeves got in the way all the time. They would like fall in my soup and stuff, and it was mega annoying. So I eventually got rid of that shirt just because I made a bad decision with the cuffs. But there are like, I know that there's other views that don't have the tie sleeves if you're not into that. Like other than my poor fabric choice and the sleeve choice, I do think that it's a good pattern. It's pretty easy to put together, and I would make the pattern again, just not the way that I made it the first time. The alternative pattern that I have not tried yet is the Closet Core Patterns Cali. I know that I'm probably the last person on earth who has not made this shirt because everyone loves it. I am actually planning to probably pick up this pattern on Black Friday if there's a sale. I do want to get the expansion pack that has the long sleeves because for fall and winter, I just think it's a better idea to have it long sleeve and then you can roll up the sleeves if you want. But yeah, that's another one that I'm looking forward to making in the future. Now we're going to go ahead and move into bottoms. Number 4 on my essentials list is a pair of joggers. I just think going back to the sweatshirt thing, just in the fall and winter time, you want to be cozy and warm around the house. I think that joggers are an absolute essential for my wardrobe. The pattern that I'm going to recommend is the 5 out of 4 patterns Diane joggers. I made a pair of those, I don't know if it was earlier this year or last year, but I made like kind of a test version out of some leftover fabric, and the fabric that I used was from Joann, and it was incredibly itchy for some reason. It was like, it wasn't a sweater knit, but it was almost like a sweater knit. It was just mega itchy, and I was like, no, this doesn't work for me, and so I ended up getting rid of those pants. But I do actually really want to make them again this year out of a more suitable fabric. I like the design of it. I like that it has a yoke in the back. They just look very comfortable. So that was the pattern that I've made. And then for my recommendation, I'm actually going to be recommending a slightly different pattern. It's the Helen's Closet Arden pants. And that's also a jogger, but it is a woven style jogger rather than a knit. And I've never made woven joggers, but I am interested in doing that. And even though it's maybe a little bit more of, we would think of it as a spring and summer make, I think that you could still wear it in the fall if you made it out of kind of a little bit heavier, like a tencel twill or something like that. I think it would still be appropriate for fall, and it would actually also be slightly dressier than the like sweatshirt type joggers. So you could more easily like wear it outside the house if you wanted to. Number 5 on the list is a pair of corduroy pants. I absolutely love corduroy. I know that it kind of goes in and out of fashion, but in my mind, it will always be in fashion in the fall and the winter because I just love the texture of it. It's a little bit different than your standard denim, and it just gives them a little bit more dimension to your wardrobe. So I do really like having at least one pair of corduroy pants in my wardrobe. So the pattern that I have made is the Fiber Mood Betty trousers. This was a very recent make that I just completed. And I really like these pants. I think that they fit really well. They're very comfortable. They're a little bit of a looser fit in the leg, and so they're nice and easy to wear. They're not constricting in any way. And for a recommendation for another pair that I have not made yet, but it is on my list to sew, is the Peppermint Pants wide leg pants. I think that obviously you could make them in fabrics other than corduroy, but I do think that they would make a beautiful pair of corduroy pants, and they would just be perfect for fall and winter. I can imagine having them in a corduroy and then wearing like a really thick chunky sweater on top. I think that that would be a gorgeous outfit for the fall and winter. Sort of sticking to the theme here, number 6 on my list is a pair of wide leg pants. Now the reason why I think that wide leg pants are wonderful for fall and winter is because they layer really well over ankle boots. I like wearing ankle boots. I usually don't wear them in the spring or summer. I mostly wear them in the fall and winter. And I think just having that wide leg makes it very easy to put it on over boots, and it doesn't look awkward in any way. So my first recommendation for pants that I have made is the Anna Allen Clothing Persephone pants. I actually made them out of a white denim, so they're not the most fall and winter appropriate, although I do wear them in the fall. I wouldn't wear them in the winter because they would just get dirty. But I do really like this pattern, and I plan on making this pattern again eventually, probably out of a dark wash denim. And then my second pattern recommendation is the Nielsen Dawn jeans. I have never made this pattern, but I like that they're super high-waisted and you have different leg shape options, but there is a wide leg version. And I would really like to make them in the future. I do have this pattern. I can't remember if I just said that. I do own the pattern, but I haven't made them yet. But that's on my to sew list. Number 7, we're moving into layering pieces. So my next fall essential is a blazer. I actually like wearing blazers all year round, but I especially like it in the fall and winter because depending on how oversized the blazer is, you can really layer it over like just a button-up shirt or a t-shirt or even like a sweater sometimes if it's oversized enough. So the pattern that I have made is the Simplicity 8749. It's a Mimi G pattern and I made it out of a floral fabric. And I think that the colors that I chose, it has a burgundy background, makes it perfect for fall and winter, and it is oversized, so I think that I'll be able to wear it with some chunkier layers underneath. And then the pattern that I have not yet tried but really want to is another Mimi G pattern. It just came out. It's Simplicity 9381, and I love the shape of this double-breasted blazer. It's a little bit cropped, it's a little bit different from some of the other jacket patterns that I have, but I think that it's really beautiful and I think that it would be perfect for fall. Number 8 on my list is a cardigan. You can't have fall and winter without cardigans. So the pattern that I have made and love, it is a tried and true for me, is the Helen's Closet Blackwood cardigan. I think I've made it 3 times. I've made a couple of versions that are the hip length version, and then I've made one that is, well, it's actually the original length, but because I'm really short, I'm only 4'9", it ended up being a duster length on me. It's like a mid-calf length on me, and I actually really love that one. I made it out of a jacquard leopard print fabric, and it's just so like elegant, and I don't know, it just looks really good. It's sort of a statement piece that makes the outfit. I love wearing that one in the fall and winter. You can layer it over dresses, or you can layer it over like leggings and a t-shirt. It's a really versatile piece, so I highly recommend that pattern, although I'm sure most of you have probably made it. It's very popular. And then the second pattern that I have not yet made, but it is on my list to sew, is Simplicity 8992. This is a V-neck button-up cardigan, and you can make it in different lengths, but I want to do the cropped version. Right now, I'm just really into that oversized, slightly oversized cardigan look that is buttoned so that you can wear it closed as a top, or you can open it up and wear it as a cardigan. I think that just really increases the versatility, and I'm looking forward to making one up this fall and winter in perhaps one of those like cable knits, those fabrics that look like cable knits. I think that would be a really lovely option for that pattern. Number 9 on my list is a sweater dress. I think that for me, a sweater dress is essential for the fall and winter time. I love wearing it with tights underneath and boots. You can layer pieces over it. You can wear jackets, you can wear cardigans. You can wear it with like a big scarf or something. There's just lots of different ways to style a basic sweater dress. So the pattern that I have made and loved is the True Bias Nico dress. I've actually made a couple different versions of this pattern, but I have made the one that has long sleeves, and it's the longer midi length with the slits in the sides. And I did make it out of a sweater knit. It was a navy white striped sweater knit, although it is rather thin for a sweater knit, but I still wear it in the fall and winter. And as I stated, I just layer it with other pieces. It looks great with a denim jacket. It's a really wonderful, versatile piece. And with that mock neck, it does make it a little bit more fall and winter appropriate. The second recommendation for a sweater dress is the Sew Over It Molly dress. Now, I have made the Molly top before, but I have not made the dress. I really like the shape of this. I like how it has kind of a wider neck, and then it has those like drop shoulders with the attached sleeve. And then the fit of it is very loose and comfortable. You could belt it if you wanted to give it more shape, or you could just leave it open. I really like that silhouette, and I think it would look beautiful in a stripe. That is definitely one that I would like to make in the future. And number 10 on my list is a little bit of a cheat, because I actually do not own a dress like this in my wardrobe, but it's a Pinafore dress. I guess like I've never made a Pinafore dress because I always assumed that I would look like a toddler if I made one, because I'm so short. I'm always worried about looking younger. So I've shied away from Pinafore dresses in the past. However, recently I've just been looking to expand my style and try new things, and I watched a couple of videos on how to style overalls and pinafore dresses, and now I'm actually really intrigued of making my own pinafore dress and overalls. But I think that it would make a wonderful fall essential because it is basically a layering piece. You're meant to wear it over something else. And there are two patterns that I'm really interested in trying, and so if you have made either of these, I would love to hear your feedback in the comments. The first one is Simplicity 8641. It's another Sew House 7 pattern, and it is her dress version of the Burnside bibs. So it has like the pinafore top that kind of crisscrosses in the back, and then I think that there's like a little bit of a drawstring on the skirt portion, and then it just has sort of an A-line skirt. I have some very lightweight chambray dark wash fabric that's in my stash, and I think I really want to try to make that this fall. I think that it's a little bit lightweight, but I think that it would make a beautiful layering piece, and you could wear heavier things under it, like this sweatshirt or a sweater or something to make it warmer. I would definitely wear it with tights and boots. And then the second pattern that I am interested in trying is the McCall's 7831. I actually don't own this pattern yet. I'm probably going to pick it up whenever there's another McCall's pattern sale. This is your traditional like pinafore style, overall style dress that has the little buckles. It has like pockets on the front. I think it would be awesome in corduroy. I would love to have a version in corduroy. But there's, you can make it out of different fabrics. You could use denim or velvet or like faux suede or something would be really cool. I just think that it's such a fun silhouette, and I'm really intrigued to make one for myself and kind of play around with styling and seeing what different outfits that I could come up with, since it's the type of garment that I've never actually worn before, or at least not since I was a kid. So that's it. That's my top 10 fall essentials and the patterns that you could use to make these garments. I hope that you enjoyed this video, and let me know in the comments if you have any other suggestions for patterns that you think would be appropriate for these types of garments, or if there's another garment that you think is a fall essential that I missed. I would love to hear from you. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you tomorrow.